Welcome to the pack. Hello everyone, and welcome to a monumental high-stakes edition of History Hounds and Happy Campers. I'm Amanda, your lead history detective, chief researcher, and the person who gets way too excited about 18th century military muster rolls and the specific chemistry of sun-dried adobe.
And I'm Laura, also known as Mom. I handle the navigation, the rig's solar health, and I'm the one who makes sure we don't accidentally try to parallel park our 30-foot trailer on a narrow 1780s era street while Amanda is busy chasing the ghosts of the Spanish lieutenant.
If you're joining the pack for the first time, our mission is to prove that every campsite is a doorway to a different era. We travel in our RV, documenting the happy camper side of life, finding the best Central Coast boondocking and managing our battery banks, and the History Hound side, uncovering the gritty human stories that build the American West.
We're coming to you from our home base in California, but our hearts and our tires are currently pointed toward the Central Coast, and we have a major update with the youngest member of our crew, Ulua.
Ulua is our Great Pyrenees. He's currently 90 pounds, a white cloud of pure guardian instinct. Reached the teenage polar bear stage. She's tall enough to rest her chin on the RV kitchen counter, and she's recently discovered that the salty sea air of Santa Barbara is her absolute favorite thing. She's essentially a fluffy mountain goat who thinks she's a security guard.
Today we're bringing you a massive deep dive into El Presidio de Santa Barbara State Historic Park. Most people visit the mission, but the Presidio was the military muscle that protected the coast. It's a story of soldiers, families, and a neighborhood that refused to disappear.
Before we walk that quadrangle, do us a huge favor. Hit the like button and follow our channel. It's free to do, and we're building a community of explorers, and your support is what keeps the rig rolling for the next historical mystery.
And I'm sure you won't regret it.
The Strategic Vision, 1782. To understand the Presidio, you have to look at the map of the 1780s. The Spanish were terrified of Russian and British expansion down the coast. They needed a series of presidios, fortified bases to secure California. If you're more interested in why the Russians were there, check out our video of Wright's Beach where we talk about Fort Ross. The founding, on April 21st, 1782, Governor Felipe de Nave, accompanied by Father Junopo Sierra and a troop of soldiers, arrived at a site near the sea. They called it El Presidio Real de Santa Barbara. It was the fourth and final presidio established in Alta California after San Diego, Monterrey, and San Francisco. The neighbors, the Spanish, didn't settle in a vacuum. The site was chosen because it was near the massive Chumash village of Villanueva. The Chumash were master mariners and traders, and the Spanish knew they needed both the labor and the cooperation of the local people to survive. The architecture of the fortress. Unlike the presidios in the north, which were often made of wood, Santa Barbara was built primarily of adobe. The quadrangle, the fortress was designed as a massive hollow square. The walls, the outer walls, were nearly 12 feet high and built of thick adobe bricks. The chapel, the centerpiece of the quadrangle, which serves as a spiritual and social hub for the soldiers and their families. And the quarters. Each soldier lived with a family in small 2-room apartments along the inner walls.
It wasn't just a fort, it was a gated community with cannons. The men stationed here were not high-ranking Spanish nobles. They were mostly mezzitos, mixed heritage, men from Mexico. The gear, they were called soldados de Quira because they wore heavy, sleeveless coats made of multiple layers of deerskin. These jackets were thick enough to stop a barbed arrow, making them the Kevlar of the 18th century. The life was monotonous. When they weren't on patrol or protecting the nearby mission, they were farmers. The Spanish government was notoriously bad at sending supplies. So the royal fortress often had to grow its own corn and beans just to stay alive.
The Melting Pot neighborhood, 1850s to 1920. As the Spanish Empire collapsed, California became part of the United States. The Presidio walls began to crumble, but the site didn't become a ghost town. This is the History Hound twist. The Presidio area became one of the most diverse neighborhoods in California. Chinatown, in the late 1800s, a bustling Chinese community grew up around the old adobe ruins. It had a Japantown, Japanese immigrants moved in, establishing businesses and cultural centers right on the old Presidio footprint. For a century, the Presidio was a hidden history buried beneath the shops and homes of thriving multicultural neighborhood. The Great Restoration. In 1963 to present. By the 1960s, most of the Presidio was gone. It was just a few melting adobe walls and a gas station. The vision, the Santa Barbara Trust for Historic Preservation, the SBTHP, was formed with a radical goal: buy back the land and rebuild the Presidio to its 1788 appearance. The archaeology, this wasn't a Disney reconstruction. Every brick was placed using archaeological evidence. They found the original foundations, the trash pits of the soldiers, and even the original floor of the chapel. Today you can see the Kenoto adobe, the original quarters of a soldier, and the reconstructed chapel, which was one of the most beautiful interiors in the city.
Visiting today, the Happy Camper Guide. Our fellow RVers, Santa Barbara is a beautiful challenge. You can't just roll down a Class A into the Presidio parking lot. Site description, the chapel, the acoustics are hauntingly beautiful. It's still used for weddings and events. The cocina, you can see how the soldiers' wives cooked for a family of 10 in a space the size of a walk-in closet. The archaeology lab, sometimes you can watch researchers cleaning artifacts found right under your feet.
The RV logistics, parking. The Presidio is the heart of downtown Santa Barbara. Do not bring your rig here. Unless you're in a van lifer, that might be the only thing I would try. We suggest parking at the Earl Warren Showgrounds and taking the local transit or an Uber. We stayed at the campground and just drove our vehicle over. Camping, we stayed at Lake Casitas. Was a very nice campground. They offered full hookup, water and electric spots and dry spots, along with tenting and group camping. It was about maybe a 30-45 minute drive from our camp spot. Very scenic. You can boat there and you can fish there, but you people cannot touch the water because it's drinking water. You can also try El Capitan State Beach. It's about 20 miles north and offers some of the best cliffside camping in the world if you're lucky enough to get a reservation. Pro tip, visit the Presidio neighborhood for lunch. There are incredible bakeries and wine tasting rooms built into the historic footprint of the old fort. Lua update. Lua is a big presence. Note for pet owners, dogs are allowed on the outdoor grounds of the Presidio on a leash. Lua loved the cool feel of the adobe walls and the shade. However, she was very suspicious of the historical cannons. She spent 5 minutes trying to figure out if they were giant treats or intruders. However, your history hound is not allowed into the buildings. This is a California state park, and California state parks are notoriously difficult and not very dog welcoming. The enduring wall. El Presidio de Santa Barbara is a reminder that history is layered. It's a Spanish fort, a Chinese laundry, a Japanese business district, and a modern state park all at once. It's a place where the walls are made of mud, but they stood against the tide of time.
It's a peaceful, hidden corner of a busy street that reminds us why we love the road.
Thank you for joining the pack for this massive deep dive. If you've ever walked the Presidio or seen the hidden adobe walls in the downtown Santa Barbara, tell us about it in the comments.
And please like and follow History Hounds and Happy Campers. Your support keeps Lua in her favorite snacks and helps us share these stories with you and the world.
If you're interested in the Santa Barbara area, we're also going to have a video come out about the Mission Santa Barbara, which is what this Presidio was protecting. Keep an eye out for that in the future. In the meantime, keep your history deep and your trails happy.
And we'll see you on the next ridge.
Bye.
Bye.